Hi, I'm Ryan Davis.
And I'm Kieran Schmidt.
And this is Out of Office, a travel podcast.
Oh my God. Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Happy holidays, Kieran. How are you?
Well, no, but today is Christmas Day. We're releasing this. We've both taken time away from our loved ones to get on the old mics and say Merry Christmas to all of our listeners.
I'm just imagining all of our listeners, like, they have some hot cocoa. They've lit a fire. They're singing Christmas tunes, and they say, no, let's stop all that.
Stop.
And let's listen.
We got to be dragged down by these two bozos.
Yeah, to episode 12.
Yeah. Oh, 12, the big one, too. I don't think we even properly acknowledged that we are now in double digits.
Yeah. We are the tween of travel podcast.
I don't like that at all. Well, luckily, next episode, we will no longer be the tween. We will have matured. We will be in podcast puberty.
And we're going to have with us a brand new tagline.
Absolutely a brand new tagline because it being Christmas, we promised our listeners, and they've just been, begging. It's been like opening the little doors of an advent calendar, just the buildup, But in this case, we've put nothing behind those doors, just an empty advent calendar. But today is the big reveal. The end of the quest for a tagline.
Behind that advent calendar, I don't know, is it an ad? Oh, yeah. Behind that advent calendar, when you opened it, where you would see maybe Mary, and Jesus or the three wise men. No.
Yeah.
In our advent calendar, we had amazing taglines, I think, for months and months and months. I think we've been doing this for a long time.
Maybe
so
next
to say
year,
there was nothing in that in that advent calendar, I think is like, it kind of negates the amazing work we've done over the last several months branding this show.
I'm glad that you are feeling so merry about our work here on Christmas. However, I really do like the idea. Maybe next year on Shirley, we'll have a website and a store by then. People can buy an advent calendar and we can relive the magic of the quest for tagline. And every day we will put one of the rejected taglines behind the little door.
That sounds like a fantastic marketing campaign for both the importance of Advent and also our taglines.
Now, Ryan, do you have an Advent calendar this year?
I haven't done an Advent calendar since I was probably 16 or 17, but we absolutely did it religiously, you could say, as a family.
And was it chocolate that was behind the doors?
Well, you had different ones for different years, right? I don't remember there being candy in my
there's candy
calendar.
in mine. I have one, and it has a nice little scene of elves fighting snowmen, and you open it up, just a little treat of candy every day.
No, you would open it up, and there would be the word of the Lord that my mother would read at the table.
It was like a deeply religious Advent calendar.
Well, yeah, I mean, Advent is a religious, festive. I don't know what festival. What is it? I don't know.
Yes, I do know, Ryan. I go to church. I can't believe it is a religious season.
A season, and then you would light your Advent
wreath
candles, your wreath,
right?
Which I always thought was a sort of added on. They were like, Hanukkah's so big, we got to get some lighting going on for Christmas. What about a wreath?
That's true. The Christians are usually very threatened by how much play Hanukkah gets. That is how this season typically plays out.
It's true. That's true.
However, I do, I realize we've missed Hanukkah, but I agree with you that we should wish happy holidays broadly so that we're covering off New Year's, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I only said Merry Christmas because today, what day is it? What today, sir, is Christmas Day. Do you recognize that? That's from Christmas Carol.
I do.
And that brings us to what we're going to do today, where I'm going to read the whole Christmas Carol. I'm going to do all the voices.
That's a different podcast, folks. But I think he'd be good at that.
I actually think next year that could be the episode. No, but today is our Christmas Spectacular. Yeah. So we are taking time off from the busy travel schedule because what's Christmas about?
Traveling away from your family.
No, Ryan. Christmas is about time with loved ones. We shouldn't be running away. I hope you're not out there boarding planes to far off places. Today is a day to gather with your loved ones. The only traveling you should be doing is traveling home. So now, Ryan, are you home in Maryland, I assume?
I'm going to be home in Maryland on Friday, but I am in New York celebrating Christmas here in New York. I'm going to get some fantastic Chinese food, go to a Chinese buffet. It's going to be amazing.
That is not in the spirit of the day.
It is in the spirit of the day. I had an amazing Festivus, and let me tell you. So we have promised, whether you're celebrating Hanukkah, Festivus, Kwanzaa, Christmas, that today you would open a present, and that present is the tagline. And I don't even know. I mean, I want to announce it, but I feel like the honor really does belong to Kiernan. Well, I'm happy to reveal that. I just think it is your work.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. Gather around. We're all around the hearth. Hearth or hearth? Hearth.
Hearth.
Yeah.
Hearth.
We're gathered. Hearth. Gather around the hearth. Okay, everybody. Let's open up this present together. Oh, this is a beautiful wrapping paper. Take this ribbon off. Throwing the tissue paper everywhere. And there it is, the tagline. Ryan, do you see it?
I see it. It's beautiful.
Out of office, a travel podcast. This seat taken.
This seat's taken. Well, that is. I'm excited because as much as I think that I brought some incredible taglines.
Yeah, 1 week you brought one good tagline.
Yeah. And if I had really came with my A game that I brought last week, there's no question that we'd be using a variation of my tagline this week. But you came in with a great tagline early in the competition, and it was hard to get past that. I mean, everything was inspired by This Seat Taken.
We've been gathering fan feedback, and This Seat Taken seems to be a fan favorite. People agree that it is the right level of sexiness for the two of us, right? Where it's actually quite off-putting and makes you want to move your seat.
Yeah, so we're saying This Seat Taken, so we're encouraging you to just sort of move away from us a little bit at a time.
Well, what I like about This Seat Taken is, I understand it can sound, like one is trying to come on, but what I think we're trying to do is be a companion, right? We're trying to be your travel buddy in the next seat over. We're your pal when you're planning your trip, when you're on your trip, when you're on your way back from your trip. That's the heart of This Seat Taken.
I actually agree, and it's also, I think This Seat Taken, one of the things I really like about it is that it inspires conversation. It is. You shouldn't
much
be
like Buster Brown.
Oh, no, well that inspires.
That was some great that was some of the best conversation we've had to date.
I'm not revisiting.
How about This Seat Taken, Buster Brown? Wait, do we need to start over? Well,
I'm excited, and so can I just see what it's going to be like when I start the podcast?
Absolutely, yeah. You're always the one who says it. Okay. So yeah,
all right, let's do it. Hi, I'm Ryan Davis,
and I'm Kiernan Schmidt,
and this is Out of Office, a travel podcast. This Seat Taken.
I think maybe I need to say it.
Real? Okay, let's try that. Let's try that.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on, folks. One more time. Hi, I'm Ryan Davis.
And I'm Kiernan Schmidt.
And this is Out of Office, a travel podcast.
This Seat Taken.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's it. We should lock it up, just record it like that every time. I have it recorded every time. Well, I feel like Christmas is over. I mean, this is that feeling after you've opened your best gift and you still have a bunch of other little crappy gifts around, but you go, I got the thing that was on the top of my Santa's list. So what am I going to do now? Well, look towards Easter.
I would like to open a present from our listeners.
Oh, yes, that's true. Our listeners have not given much.
We give so much. I mean, we've recorded 12 of these now. This takes some time, and we want our listeners to be better travelers. So we're doing this for them, really.
And this 12 was 11 more than some of you had predicted we would get to.
And there are 12 days of Christmas. No coincidence there.
Oh my gosh, that's a beautiful thing.
I know.
12
We planned that.
Browning. Absolutely. And so I think that, so to give credit where credit's due, we've got 68 5-star ratings on iTunes, which I do appreciate, and we do want to say thank you. But that
are you
means
counting the 1 4-star rating?
there is 1 4-star rating. We can't track down who that person is, but surely
reach out to us. Reach out to us, 4-star person, and let us know how we can be 5 stars. That's the kind of service we want to offer here at Out of Office.
Yeah, reach out to Ryan. Reach out to Ryan. I'm good. And I think based on the number of downloads we're seeing, that means a lot of people are not giving us 5-star ratings. They're just not rating us at all.
Yeah, and the way that iTunes works is that people find podcasts that are highly rated. So, give us some love. If you love the show, give us 5 stars. If you think the show is amazing, give us 5 stars.
If you think that there's anything here, give us 5 stars. We will take that feedback. If you think, if you have some suggestions, email Ryan. We will act on them. We will earn that 5 stars, but give the 5 stars first.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, Ryan, I think it's time that we get to the Christmas Spectacular. Can you tell the cabin crew?
Let's take off.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
All right. It is our first ever Christmas Spectacular special.
Just spectacular. It's the Christmas Spectacular. It's like 2 Rockettes went rogue and decided to start a podcast. This is the Christmas Spectacular.
2 Rockettes going rogue. It's a great idea for a podcast.
Oh, wait, do we have to open up the tagline again? Because that's not bad. 2 Rockettes gone rogue.
We're going to talk a bit about Christmas.
It would be terrible to travel as a Rockette because those long legs in small airplane seats.
Do you think that the Rockettes have an extra long jet? It's like...
I mean, I think that the space between the... no, I don't think the Rockettes have their own jet, if that's what you're asking me.
Rockettes is a long word, so that would be pretty long on a plane. You can imagine it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they do have rocket right in their name, so maybe they do. Oh, no,
what
but
about
that's
an
a plane.
airline? What about an airline where the Rockettes were the stewardesses and you called it a Rockette?
I don't think they call them stewardesses any longer. But I know why you said that, and it's because today we're going to take a step back from travel. The only travel connection we got here today, folks, is we're going to give you 2 of our favorite Christmas songs that I think would be great listening as you travel home. And Ryan, I think you said stewardesses because... I think what you've got takes us back to a time of yore.
It does. So one of my favorite Christmas songs has always been the Bing Crosby and David Bowie Peace on Earth / Little Drummer Boy mix from a 1977 TV special. And it was one of those specials where you don't even know why, but Bing Crosby is there and he's like sitting around his house kind of bored. And then there's like a knock on the door.
I love how often you almost say Cosby. Every time you say it.
Anyway, Bing Crosby, not Cosby, Bing Crosby. So, because in this story, he's literally just sitting at his piano. It's very sad. It's Christmas, and
crooning alone.
Bing loves Christmas. And there's a knock at the door, and he's like, "Oh, who could that be?" And he stands up.
It must be my friend David Bowie.
No, he doesn't say that because he doesn't know that it's David Bowie. It's a surprise. When he opens the door, he goes, "Oh, you're that young man, David Bowie." Because at that point, I think Bing Crosby is like 407 years old.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. And David Bowie's like 40. So, yeah, and then they sing a lovely...
and was the idea behind it that they were trying to appeal old and young? Is that the idea? Like, that's why they shoved these 2 people who had never met onto a soundstage and made them pretend to be Christmas friends?
Look, I don't want to have to do a recalculating when if I discover that Bing and David, hung out for years.
We're great friends.
So, I don't know. It just seems to me like an odd pairing of folks. But it is quite a beautiful song, and we're going to I want to play a little bit for the audience here.
However much we're allowed to under fair use.
I think we're allowed to play 20 seconds. Let's go.
They told me ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, a newborn king to see ba-rum-pa-pum-pum. Our finest gifts we bring ba-rum-pa-pum-pum, rum-pa-pum.
And that was magical. And I love David Bowie.
It's quite, it transports me for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can find it on YouTube. It's also available, and we'll link to the YouTube, but it's also on Spotify or Google Play. You can listen to the full song there.
Now, what is it that you like about this particularly?
I mean, I kind of like the weirdness of having like a David Bowie and a Bing Crosby together singing this sort of Christmas song. I don't think of David Bowie as a man who's deeply religious, so I don't know that he even knew this song.
I think who would you pair today? To if we were to try to remake this with modern pop stars? I mean, in a way, it is reminiscent in the Tony what's his name? Tony
Bennett, Lady Gaga.
The Tony Bennett Lady Gaga relationship.
Yeah. You've mentioned that before on the podcast.
I really was disappointed that Gaga stopped producing hits and started producing weird jazz with Tony Bennett.
As a gay man, it's weird that I have less opinion on Gaga than you do on this podcast.
Have you seen Star is Born?
I have. I think the first half is so much fun.
Oh, what's wrong with the second half?
It sort of it loses. I mean, the first half is all about how her discovering her talent, discovering fame, like what it's like to kind of walk out on that stage that first time and be in front of all these people who adore you. And then the second half is like way more depressing. And when it gets into that melodrama, you lose all the excitement and the fun of the music. And yeah, it just kind of meanders for the last half hour for me.
Yeah, it's definitely not a feel-good Christmas movie.
No,
but I will say my problem with it. I thought it was very good. My problem with it is just I don't like that they keep putting these people who are obviously very attractive and then just pretending that they don't have what it takes to be the star. I find that very off-putting. I wanted like a real Quasimodo, kind of deformed singer who makes it as a pop star,
like a Barbra Streisand.
Right.
Oh, that's mean. That's
Ryan.
Mean. Well, she's in the other version.
Oh my gosh.
No, we're gonna cut
You're saying stewardesses. You're
Barbara.
Shitting on Babs. Actually, shitting on Babs is a good name for a podcast as well.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's obviously very beautiful and talented, so it is hard to believe that she would have been told that she's not pretty enough to be in pop music. Although apparently that's something that people told Lady Gaga when she was younger, but then she was like a superstar by 25. So I don't know,
yeah, I'm not sure I believe it. It seems to me like a lot of stars have that story that they were told they could never do it. Whereas you know who has a lot of those stories? Who's that?
People never made it.
Yeah, right.
They have even more.
Well, we are two men with faces for radio, as we're proving right now. So I will say on the Bing Crosby, David Bowie combination, Little Drummer Boy has never been my favorite carol. It's a little
I've always loved it. No,
it's
not. It's powerful. I mean, it's like this kid who's showing up to the king of the universe, and he's surrounded by these wise men who knew to bring a bunch of fragrances, and these kings who brought a bunch of gold. And he feels what do I have to give? And he has he has his drum, and he plays it for the Savior. And then the animals join in, so that was nice.
The ox and lamb kept time.
Keep time. Yeah.
I also don't like that Mary only nods. He says, shall I play for him? Capital H, Savior. And this episode is going to do so well with the evangelicals. We are primarily trying to grow the audience for evangelicals. So then Mary she just nods. She doesn't. It's not that she's afraid to wake up the baby. She's about to have a kid banging a drum in the infant's ears.
But she's also exhausted. She just gave birth to a baby in a manger,
in a barn.
No,
I don't think Mary was in the manger.
No, she wasn't in the manger?
No. She gives birth, in the straw, and then they put the baby in the manger.
Because a manger is like a little thing. It's like a little thing. It's not like a.
Yeah,
what is a manger?
I think I know it mostly is what Jesus sleeps in. I believe it's what they put like the animal food and drink in. But I'm gonna look it up right now. Define manger. All right. It's all about Christmas learning. Yeah, okay. A long open box or trough for horses or cattle to eat from. So
Can you imagine?
That must have been so disgusting.
So disgusting. But can you imagine if Mary had turned her back 1 minute and then a cow had came and eaten the Lord Jesus? You couldn't even be mad at it because it's like, I eat things in this manger. This is a manger. Well, it's not for babies.
We said he was going to die for our sins. We just didn't know it was the cow's sins. Like, yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
but you think about. Oh gosh, like how dirty that manger must have been. All the cow spit and the leftover straw.
Yeah.
Like what, Joseph couldn't just hold the baby through the night? You got to put it down in this manger? It's disgusting.
That is pretty disgusting. My manger when I was a kid was beautiful.
Did you? Were you born in a barnyard?
I meant my manger and my
you mean
my manger set. What are they called?
Your creche?
What are they called?
It's called a creche. You're thinking you're trying to make me say nativity scene.
Nativity scene, yeah.
But it's also called a creche.
I've never heard that.
I know, because around this time every year, my mom has a beautiful creche out, and whenever we're all around
it, your mom crushes it with the creche.
She crushes it, and I always go, "It's just a little creche."
Wow. Christmas at the Schmidt house, folks. It is
my mom actually has
a
wonderful creche that it is sort of porcelain white, and she has accrued the pieces over decades. And she has said that I'm the one that's going to inherit it. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I hope to inherit some creche as well.
What's your mother's creche look like?
I haven't seen my mother's creche lately. My father's creche, he made because he's a carpenter. Like his name is Joseph, and he's a carpenter. And
do you have a picture of it that we could put on the Instagram?
I bet I can get my dad to take a photo of it. And it's a handmade. It's quite lovely.
That's going to be one of our Christmas posts on the Instagram at OOO Podcast. Like out of office at OOO Podcast. Another gift you can give to yourself on this Christmas day. Go give it a follow.
Go give it a follow.
And you'll be able to see Ryan's dad's nativity scene. So how intricate is it?
So he made it in like the 70s, and it's hard to describe it. It's very square. It has shapes. It sort of looks like some of the characters might be chess pieces. I'm describing it from a memory of like seeing it a decade ago. So
sure, you should see your dad more.
I do. I just don't ask to see his creche when I'm over. I'm not.
Oh, do you put the creche away? I like to keep the Christmas spirit alive year round.
I'm sure you do. Yeah.
I will actually say, so I'm not big on the religious decorations, but I did see in a store that specializes in imported goods up here in Cambridge. It's called Nomad. And Nomad sold this beautiful, have you ever seen Mexican Christmas ornaments in their pressed tin?
Yes, I have.
And they're very colorful, and usually they're quite inexpensive. They're wonderful ornaments. I have a few on my tree. Maybe I'll even post one that I got, again, a potent souvenir that I got in Austin, Texas, but made in Mexico. And they had a whole nativity scene that was all pressed tin, Mary, Joseph, manger, animals, three wise men, shepherds. Very cool.
That's amazing.
And I've really regretted that I didn't buy it. So maybe I'll look on the old internet today.
I think I want to make a manger scene. I want to buy like a miniature White House and just have like a scene of all like a Christmas at the White House scene.
So would it be Barack in the manger?
Oh, obviously, yeah.
And
Barack
then who would his parents be? Maybe George W. Bush and Hillary. All right, and then I think the shepherds, we would need farmers. So you'd have Andrew Jackson. I think James Madison had a farm, though I doubt he got dirt under his nails.
And Washington obviously had a farm.
John Adams had a farm.
But it was like a New England farm. What does that even grow? Bibles?
Hey, I'm sitting in New England. What are you trying to say?
Are you sitting in a farm? You know?
yeah. There are ducks all around me.
Yeah.
That you don't raise ducks on farms.
I mean, that's how much you know about farms.
Okay, and then the three wise men. Oh, you got to have Teddy Roosevelt. Absolutely, he's going to be one of the three wise men.
Exactly.
I would say FDR
and Lincoln.
Yep, that's a great three wise men. Oh, I am really.
This is like a really good idea.
Yeah. But we need a female president. I would like to suggest Hillary Clinton gets to be Virgin Mary. because she won the popular vote. To me, that's enough to get you in the presidential creche.
What about like James Buchanan's niece, who was like his like?
Oh yes, who was his beard is what we would call it, I think.
Yeah.
Buchanan was the one that was gay, right?
Oh, he was the one who admired men's thighs in letters. I don't know that he was gay, but he admired the fitness of other men.
Well, based on the Catholic Church, I would say that he might not be welcome at the nativity scene in that case.
Well, that's why I was suggesting his
niece. He sends his niece in his place. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
And let's see, could somebody be the little drummer boy? We could have Bill on sax, little saxophone boy.
That would, see, that's good. I don't know that the little drummer boy is actually in any of these quiches.
Oh,
is
no.
It a quiche?
Oh, my God. It's not a quiche. It's a creche.
A creche. Quiche is delicious, though. I do love a nice quiche.
I would love a creche quiche, which is a quiche with this scene in crust on it. Mm-hmm. And you could eat it up, have a creche quiche.
I actually think that's the food TV is doing that as a big Christmas thing. Build your creche quiche.
That is a great idea.
Creche quiche countdown.
I assume our celebrity will have grown so much by next year that we will actually have TV specials. So we can go pitch Food Network on the creche quiche special. Okay, a quiche creche special.
Quiche, yeah. We can workshop it.
However, when I've seen nativity scenes that are out there. Because they want you to buy more pieces. They do go to kind of like the C-list characters of the nativity. So it's like there's like 15 shepherds and maybe a shepherd boy. There's a few angels and there's trumpet angel. There's like primary angel with big halo and arms up. There's a harp angel. There's a drummer boy. There's ox and lamb keeping time.
There is not ox and lamb keeping time.
There are definitely ox and lamb keeping time. Maybe this week will be a special nativity special on the Instagram because we are going to dig up some great nativity scenes.
Oh, whoa.
All right. Whoa. Well, I think probably it's time to turn to my Christmas song that I want to acknowledge as my favorite for the year. This is Judy Garland singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, my very favorite Christmas song from a Broadway show. Do you know it, Ryan?
A Star is Born? No.
She wasn't A Star is Born, though, right? Another strikingly attractive person who had to pretend to be a person with no talent. No, it is from Meet Me in St. Louis. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight.
Have yourself.
All right, so what I like about Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is that it's one of the more depressing Christmas songs. It features the lyrics, "Someday soon we will all be together if the fates allow. Until then we'll have to muddle through somehow." I like that. It's not pretending to be jovial. It's not all jingle bells and red noses. There is a sadness to Christmas, and especially when Christmas is over. And we get back to muddling through somehow.
Yeah, I think muddling through somehow is how most people get through the holidays. So I think.
See, for me, the muddling through it. This actually, to me, is a clear connection to what Out of Office is all about, which is in the daily muddle, you should always have a trip or something to look forward to, even if it's a local tourism stop for the weekend. Out of Office is about muddling through somehow, and this podcast should be a bright spot every week, and Christmas should be a bright spot. So I also like that it references olden days and days of yore in two adjacent lyrics. That's some good writing right there. How do I hark back to years past? Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore.
These are kind of lovely lyrics. Who wrote this song?
It's Hugh Martin, I think. But hold on.
Good old Hugh Martin.
Hold on. Let me confirm that. Writer of Have Yourself.
It is very difficult for songs to join what I consider the Christmas canon.
Yeah.
If you look at Love Actually, I think that song has joined the Christmas canon. because of how popular that film is. But what other songs have joined the canon in the last 20 or so years? I can't think of any.
Very few have joined the canon. I just want to, according to Wikipedia, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is written correct by Hugh Martin and by Ralph Blaine, who I'm not familiar with, who are, of course, other writers from Me in St. Louis. Songs that have been added to the canon in the last 20 years. Well, that would be All I Want for Christmas Is You, surely.
Right, from Love Actually.
Wait,
Isn't that from,
does it have to be from something?
I thought that's what it was from. I thought that's where it came from. Maybe
I don't know. Was it created for Love Actually?
I don't know. It's a main song.
All right, live Wikipediaing it.
I had no idea that was written for Meet Me in St. Louis. I thought it was in Meet Me in St. Louis.
No, it came, and then the other one that came from a Broadway show that is part of the canon. It's a song I love. It's from the Broadway show Mame, M-A-M-E, not Mame. And it's from Aunt Mame, and she sings a song called "We Need a Little Christmas," and that came from
"We Need a Little Christmas" right this very minute.
Maybe next year will just be us in concert,
just caroling.
I sing Bing Crosby songs all season long. My poor wife. All right. Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Oh, right. Okay. So she recorded that and then it was covered in Love Actually.
Yeah, no. Oh, wow. And this doesn't even fit in the last 20 years. 1994, this came out.
Wow.
But it came out as a single on a holiday album, not Love Actually. Predates Love Actually. I think that trying to write, it's an uphill battle to try to get a new song.
Yeah, like things like I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Like that was like a later entry, right? Probably
Yeah,
like
that's
70s
a later,
or 80s.
Yeah, to me that feels like, no, I think that's earlier than that.
Oh, God.
Hold on. I Saw Mommy. I'm going to guess, okay, before I look, what year do you think I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus came out?
I thought the 70s, but maybe earlier.
It has a creep enough factor that I'm going to go 50s. I'm going to say this goes all the way back. And the answer is 1952.
Oh, you are so good with the 50s.
I'm good with it's really where I was meant to live. But I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. That's like one of those kind of kitschy Christmas songs.
We like kitsch here.
Yeah, I like some
Out
kitsch.
Of Office.
I like I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas, same kind of era. I don't know if you know that song.
I remember that from as a kid. You don't hear that often though.
All I Want for Christmas is Only Two Front Teeth. These are kind of, play them twice and then put them back on the shelf till next year kind of songs. Not like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, which I like to play when the Christmas party's getting a little too hot. Let's just bring it down, okay?
Yeah. So what folks don't know is that you have a record player that you only use during Christmas, and you have many, many Christmas records. And so when you say put them on the shelf, you're being quite literal. Isn't that
physically
true?
On the shelf, unless you've recently downloaded the album to your Zune. Is that what it was called, the Zune? I take out the old Christmas Zune, put it right next to the beautiful record player, and just go for it. Now, Ryan, I feel like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Also, what I like is it says "Make the Yuletide Gay."
Yeah, it's an inclusive Christmas song, and I think that's
exactly. Well, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. That's my go-to recommendation for the holidays. Ryan, I feel like it's time. We've given the gift to the reader. We've got the music on. We've got the decorations up. I think it's time for you and me to exchange a gift.
I think it is time. It is Christmas Day, and
what day is it?
Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day, sir.
You mean the goose is twice the size as me?
Yeah, the goose is twice as high as me. What a clever boy he is. Yes.
Next year, we're doing it. Next year, we are doing a reading of the Christmas Carol. That will be the Christmas Spectacular. Every year, we're going to reinvent. You're never going to know, but the Christmas episode is always going to be something special. We're going to talk about music. Next year, we're doing the Christmas Carol. But a reoccurring segment is every Christmas, Ryan, you and I are going to have what I like to call the Ornament Challenge. The Ornament Challenge is Ryan and I had $10 or less to buy each other a gift, an ornament that speaks to travel, to wanderlust, to something like what we would talk about on the last stop. And that's what we're going to give to each other, and we're opening them live on air. Okay. Ryan, you've got your box there. I've got my box here. I think, why don't I go first? Because I can't wait.
Okay.
I know you put a lot of thought in this. You've been bragging about it. I'm ready to open it. Okay?
All right. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, man. This is a creepy Theodore Roosevelt. It looks like a pawn from a chess set. And he's wearing the Rough Riders outfit, but has sort of a Hitler haircut, and is clutching a teddy bear tight to his chest, and he's just kind of a perfect cylinder.
It's a very funny looking Teddy Roosevelt, and it's just made of wood and paint, so it's simple, like Teddy would enjoy.
Yeah, no, this has no. I can see that you took the price limit very much to heart here. Yeah, no, this is going to be maybe the creepiest one that I have on my tree this year. So this, I take it as a reference back to our shared trip to Sagamore Hill.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not surprised that they weren't offering this in the gift shop.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like something they'd want in the gift shop, but this would be actually a good first piece to your White House manger scene.
Nativity scene.
Quiche.
Yeah, the crèche quiche. I am surprised by the resemblance to Hitler. Do you see how defined that is? I don't think Teddy had hair like that.
Well, I think they may just use the same head for the Hitler ornament, So.
Well, listen. Okay, so
it is Etsy.
So basically, first off, I'm really happy that I've gotten you on Etsy. You are now an Etsy frequenter. And as it happens, the present that I have for you, the ornament that I got for you, also an Etsy special. I feel sure that I can say you can find something like this no place else but Etsy.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
go
I'm
for
very
it.
excited. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna open this up.
All right. While you're opening it, I'll tell you it was informed by the fact that you're a big foodie. You're always up here talking about your cool restaurants, all your hot reservations.
What is this? What is this, Kieran?
It's beautiful.
This is not beautiful.
Tell the people what it is.
It's some kind of weird. It's like forks that are been brutalized into Christmas decorations.
Yeah. It's this creator on Etsy bends the top of a metal fork so that it becomes a hook that you can hook onto your Christmas tree, and then makes the tongs of the hook. Is it a tong? A prong?
The prong.
Then makes the prongs of the fork into a beard of Santa Claus, and the body of the fork becomes a really creepy Santa head leading into those weird, disheveled white prongs. It's very upsetting.
It's super disturbing. Yeah, there's no question. And I can't believe that this is a big seller on Etsy. You had to go deep in the Etsy.
No, it took a long time. Man, it absolutely broke the bank. I mean, this is fine silver forks that they begin with. I think that you will never be able to look at forks again the same way. I hope that you will not be able to look at Santa again in the same way. And it's a Yule tinsel, if you will.
And I will eat my Christmas dinner with them.
Upsettingly, on the site, they call it a forkament.
A forkament, yeah.
But I think Yule tinsel is far better.
Yule tinsel is also good. They're both good.
Thank you.
Maybe they should be rebranded.
Well, Ryan, I think you knocked it out of the park with this Teddy Roosevelt. You didn't go for it's a horrible depiction of him, but I like to think that mine is a little more horrifying. We will definitely post these to the Instagram today.
Sure, and I want to let people know I looked for Pope Francis in a taxi cab because I thought that would combine your amazing taxi cab story, and Pope Francis, who everybody loves, but I could not find any kind of plenty of Pope Francis ornaments, folks, but none of them him in a taxi cab. So if you are an ornament maker Huge market available
Huge
for you.
market. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't believe you couldn't find that. Great idea.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. Hopefully he's still hanging on. One of my favorite ornaments on my tree this year, and I will put this disturbing Teddy Roosevelt right next to it, is a generic Pope, actually. It's a white man clad in white. And, he could pass for Francis. He could pass for Benedict. He looks a little like John Paul II. It's great. It works for everybody.
So when we come back, it's going to be 2019. We're going to have so much in store for you. We've had a great time putting this podcast together, all 12 episodes to climax here on Christmas Day.
Oh, wow. I don't think that's how we say that. Yeah, we climax you on Christmas Day. We've dabbled in interviews. We've done information-packed episodes. We've done silly episodes. We've got interviews. Did I already say interviews?
We had an interview. Yeah.
We had an interview. We had action-packed episodes. We had silly episodes. And in 2019, we've already got some new interviews booked.
We got new interviews booked. We're going to be traveling to new places. We're going to be letting you in on all the travel secrets and adventures in your ears that we can, folks.
No, we cut that. That's not the tagline. Stop trying to make adventures in your ears happen. It got the short list, but baby, this seat taken is 2019 is the year of this seat taken.
This seat taken.
Now, Ryan, the next episode is going to be on New Year's Day. So for a special New Year's treat, we've gotten such good feedback on my interview with Mark Adams and his adventures in Alaska. We're going to play some material that couldn't make it into the original interview, some cut bonus material from Mark Adams on January 1st. And then on January 8th, I think very fittingly, our topic is going to be post-vacation depression.
Post-vacation depression.
Listen, we're going to have to muddle through somehow. Ryan, Merry Christmas to you. I've had a great time doing the podcast with you. One of the things people say is they love that we like each other, and I think that comes across. So I'm so happy to have spent a little time with you today.
Same with you, and send all my best Christmas wishes to your family on this lovely day.
Yeah, and if you ever decide to go home to your family, I pray that you do the same. All right. Well, until next time.
Until next year, I'm Ryan Davis.
And I'm Kiernan Schmidt.
And this is Out of Office, a travel podcast.
This seat taken.